Good morning, guys! Happy Vlogmas Day 16. I am just in the kitchen because I am making some oatmeal for breakfast. Very basic. I usually actually don't eat breakfast, but today I'm feeling very hungry, so I've decided to make some breakfast. Also, I just want to talk about my hair for a second. If you guys have not seen my previous Vlogmases, I have now done 2 Vlogmases on my Dyson Airwrap and just how much I love it and how amazing it is. This is a blow-dried straight hair with my Dyson Airwrap. I used the paddle brush attachment and I got my hair completely dry in 15 minutes and straight. Now I have frizzy Indian Asian hair and it's wavy and a little curly in places, so I cannot believe that this is just from a blow dry. Honestly, that Dyson Airwrap is completely worth it. So anyways, I am going to make my oatmeal now. So I know that doesn't exactly look delicious when it comes to breakfast, but it is just instant oatmeal, Quaker oatmeal with some oat milk in it, and then I put a little bit of pumpkin spice seasoning, and the main reason I put some pumpkin spice is just to give it a little bit more zing and a little bit more holiday spirit, and then obviously I put some honey as well into it. So that is going to be my breakfast. Let's get started with the day and work, guys. I have been sitting all day and working from home this entire time, but it is now the end of the day, and I have quickly realized that we are so close to Christmas. It is the 16th of December, which means we only have 9 more sleeps until Christmas and only 8 more sleeps until Christmas Eve. But I was just getting really excited and I realized that with so few days left until Christmas, but also with this lockdown that has now come into effect in London, I thought it would be really fun to share with you guys today my top 10 Netflix picks for Christmas movies. So I want to share with you guys some of the classics, some things that I always watch every holiday season, and then I also want to share a few that I've seen on Netflix that I think are new this year, and I think that they're great additions that I'm going to probably watch in the lead up to Christmas. I finished work this Friday, so I have a lot of free time starting next week, and I just want to start talking about a few Netflix movies that you could probably enjoy that are all Christmas themed. So the first 2 Christmas movies that I want to talk to you guys about are classics. These are ones that I watch every single year. They've been on Netflix, I think for the last few years at least. I've watched them a few times on Netflix. So if you haven't seen these already, then these are the classics that you should start with. The first one is The Holiday. And look at Zizi, she knows that we are recording, so she is just sitting there. The Holiday is a must-have, must-watch Christmas movie. It is my favorite. If you were to ask me what my favorite Christmas movie is, which I actually have told you guys in my holiday tags Q&A that I did. If you guys haven't watched that vlog, I'll link it up in the cards for you guys right now. But The Holiday is by far the best ever Christmas movie. The Holiday is an amazing movie, and it's about a Californian woman and a British woman who are sick and tired of their current situation because they both have really bad love lives, and they want to basically change the scenery for Christmas because they don't want to be alone for Christmas. They want to go abroad. So they go in this home exchange program where one person from California lives in the UK and then the other one from the UK comes to California. Anyways, it's a great rom-com. It is so heartfelt, heartwarming. It's really a great storyline, well produced, well shot. I highly recommend it. It's one of my favorite Christmas movies. It also has Jude Law in it, which obviously helps. But yeah, it's a great movie. If you haven't already seen it, definitely recommend checking out The Holiday. The next classic movie that I have to talk about is The Grinch. Now, The Grinch is a classic. I don't even have to explain it, but it is on there. It's Dr. Seuss's The Grinch, and it's obviously all about the grumpy Grinch and how he is fed up with the town that he lives in and how much Christmas joy everyone is enjoying, and he tries to ruin Christmas, but one little girl obviously changes his mind and changes his outlook on Christmas, and it's just such a classic. Cool. My third recommendation is something that I absolutely love, and it came out on Netflix last Christmas, but it's a great holiday movie, and it's another one about holidays and traveling during Christmas time. And since we aren't traveling this year during Christmas, I thought, why not get away by watching a Netflix film that takes you away? LA, and it's called Holiday in the Wild. So this movie is about a character named Kate, and basically at one point her husband just abruptly tells her that he wants a divorce and he no longer wants to go on their anniversary trip that they planned to Africa. So instead of canceling the trip and losing all this money, she decides that she wants to go on this trip all by herself. And it's an amazing journey for her. She obviously goes to this luxury hotel, and while on her second honeymoon by herself, she finds purpose in her life. She starts to work at this elephant rehabilitation center. She might even find love. I won't spoil it for you guys, but it's a great story, obviously showing you African landscapes, and just, it's so beautiful. It's travel, holidays, it's Christmas in a new place, and it's all about a solo woman adventure, so I highly recommend it. So film number 4 that I have to recommend to you on Netflix is a new Christmas movie this Christmas, but it is a sequel. So it did have a part 1. So if you haven't seen part 1, I would recommend you seeing part 1. And Zizi is so keen. She's so keen to talk about her Netflix favorites. So anyways, yes, the Christmas Chronicles has a part 1, which if you haven't seen that one, you should definitely see it. But now this Christmas, they've decided to come out with a part 2. So part 2 is a, I guess, follow on onto what happened in part 1. And one of the characters, whose name is Kate, she was actually a child when in the first film, and in the second film she's a little bit older, and she's really, really unhappy with her mom's potential new husband. So I haven't seen this, so I'm just like basing this off the trailer that I did see, and she's really unhappy and she runs away to the North Pole. Basically, there's a character that's trying to ruin the North Pole and ruin Christmas. They steal this North Star that then turns North Pole into like not the Christmas factory that it is. And her whole goal the whole time is with Santa Claus, trying to restore Christmas. So it's a great feel-good film, but it's also really funny because Santa's a little bit real and is like pretty direct as what he is like. So he definitely curses a bit, and he definitely says some inappropriate things that you wouldn't expect Santa Claus to say, but it's a great movie. I loved part 1, and I haven't seen part 2 yet, but it's on my list to watch. The next few films that I want to talk to you guys about, I have not seen yet, but they are on my list to watch. So I'm going to give you guys a summary of what it says on Netflix and why I want to watch them. So the next film is new this year, and it's called A Californian Christmas. And it's all about this super wealthy Californian playboy that basically inherits a ranch and is trying to sell it off. And it's in wine country, which is Northern California. And supposedly he's just trying to sell it off before Christmas. But the woman who is currently on the ranch is trying to convince him otherwise. So it looks like a rom-com or some sort of romantic twist movie. And it looks very, very like Netflix-esque when it comes to a Christmas movie. The next movie that is on my Christmas watch list on Netflix is called Holiday, and I did laugh out loud when I watched this trailer. It looks pretty funny, and it's all about being single during the holidays. So if you are single during the holidays, there's a lot of pressure to come to family events or go to things with a partner, and it's really awkward being single. So these two friends decide that they're going to be each other's holiday. So friends with benefits, but no benefits. They're just going to end up going to Christmas events together and be each other's +1 so they don't have to be alone. Anyways, twist on the story is that obviously it's a romantic comedy and they might fall for each other by the end, and a holiday might turn into a real relationship. I'm going to watch it and then I'll let you guys know what I think. The next movie I want to talk about is another sequel, and Netflix has come out with it just recently in this year, and it's called The Princess Switched Again. So guys, if you haven't seen the first version of The Princess Switch, it's all about this princess, soon to be queen, that has a doppelganger, and basically before she actually becomes the princess, she wants to have a crazy and wild life, so she then switches lives with her doppelganger, who's an average human. And anyways, long story short, that was the first film. The second film is all about her doppelganger being invited to her coronation into being queen, but during all of this, there's now a third doppelganger, if that's even possible, and the third doppelganger is her cousin that looks identical to the two of them. So now instead of 2 Vanessa Hudgenses, there's gonna be 3. I haven't watched it yet, but I'm keen to watch it because I have seen the first one. So the next new film that's come out just this year, all based around Christmas, is called Operation Christmas Drop. Now, this one looks interesting, another romantic comedy, and I have to say, Netflix is on fire with the number of rom-com Christmas movies that they are coming out with this year. And if you guys wanna watch any of these, I'll make sure to link all of them down below. So basically, Operation Christmas Drop is all all about a woman that is very straight and narrow and is the Congresswoman's lawyer. And there's this Air Force base camp that's located on a tropical island, and the Congresswoman feels that the Air Force is using military money incorrectly, and she's going to send her lawyer to go and check on everything and make sure that the operation is actually illegitimate and then shut that operation down. So when the woman comes to this island and the Air Force people are there to greet her, which is one handsome Air Force person as well, which I won't spoil it for you guys. But anyways, when she is greeted, she suddenly realizes, okay, this place is a joke. She needs to shut it down. She needs to find a reason why that this is a misuse of military funds. But slowly over time, the trailer does show you that obviously her heart softens and she grows to love and realize that the operation of them delivering gifts and food and medicine to all these children across the island is really a worthy and noble thing that they are doing, and a good use of military money. So the next film I'm really excited about, and it's on my watch list because of the graphics and the animation and how beautifully shot it is, and it's called Jingle Jangle. So supposedly Jingle Jangle is this expert toy maker that makes amazing toys that are super innovative and that kids all want for Christmas. But because of the betrayal of his partner, he suddenly loses his ability to create new, amazing, innovative toys. And everyone thinks Christmas is going to be ruined because year on year, he's unable to invent this new, amazing toy. So his granddaughter hopefully sparks a little bit of inspiration for him. And as such, brings back the Jingle Jangle and brings back the ultimate toy maker. Honestly, the graphics and how beautifully animated and the colors and just the direction of this film and the direction of the trailer that I watched was beautiful, and I can't wait to watch it. And finally, the last one that I want to watch is another new film this year, and it's called Dash and Lily. So it is not the typical Christmas film. So Dash and Lily are complete opposites when it comes to their personalities and what they like and dislike. But over Christmas, they decide to pass a red book back and forth. And this red book has a number of dares and they have to do it. And it ultimately, I think, based on the trailer and what I've seen, leads to them falling for each other, even though one person really loves Christmas. So Lily is like a big advocate of Christmas, and Dash supposedly isn't convinced that Christmas is worth all the hype. So it's really a cute little story of how, you know, they dare each other to do certain things and see new perspectives, and obviously maybe create a bit of a unique romance. With only 8 more sleeps until Christmas and with lockdown, I thought it would be fun that you guys get some opportunity to Netflix binge and just relax and enjoy. I know I will be. I hope you guys are doing well with all this lockdown. How are you guys feeling? London is in lockdown again. I know other parts of the world are in lockdown, but you know, it's tough times, and I hope everyone's staying positive. Christmas is literally next week, guys. Anyways, leave your favorite Netflix recommendation down in the comments below. If I haven't mentioned it already in this video, I'd love to hear it from you guys. Guys, I have been so snowed under with work today that I just wanted a chocolate break, so I wanted to open my advent calendars. Let's have some chocolate, guys, because I'm honestly hungry right now and I need a little bit of break from my day because I'm probably going to be working into the evening and I want a little chocolate treat. So day 16 is Lynch chocolate bar. Who doesn't love a good Lynch chocolate bar? And then now for the very difficult one that always honestly stresses me out. 16, found 16. That was really quick. That was really quick. Oh, it's a Freddo! A chocolate frog. So I've been told that these are the original chocolate frogs before Harry Potter made their own chocolate frogs. Anyways, I'm going to eat my chocolates and enjoy. I hope you guys enjoyed day 16 of Vlogmas, and I hope you guys are getting really excited for Christmas. If you did like this video, please make sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you're not already subscribed, please subscribe to my channel. I'm uploading every day until Christmas, and I will catch you guys in tomorrow's vlog. Bye!